Were my predictions right? Upcoming the Seek and Destroy update. Let's talk a little bit about it. Hello guys, once again it's Matt. Thank you all the members and patrons. Make sure to subscribe, and of course I always do the predictions video, and after the patch is released I have to do the video talking about if I got it right or wrong, right? So let's talk about the 3 predictions that I did in April going into the Seek and Destroy update. And I gotta say, it was kind of easy, okay? It was kind of easy to predict the thing that I did. But, I mean, I always do this, right? I always try to get the vehicles or mechanics or anything that would make more sense, right? And everything was leading to the stuff that we're going to talk about. The first one that I tried to predict was the Fox 3 missiles, and obviously the Fox 3 missiles were added. They were already confirmed that were going to come back in the day, so I kind of already knew that unless something completely wrong would happen, the Fox 3s were going to be added, and they indeed happen, you know. Now we have everybody with a Fox 3 missile. Literally all the nations have some sort of aircraft that can fire them. It might not be, you know, as balanced as people thought it would be, or, you know, not as people want it to be, or anything like that. But at the end of the day, everybody got their Fox 3 missiles, and I gotta be honest, I've been enjoying the game a lot more because of those missiles. I don't know about you guys, but I love modern weapon systems, and although yes, we can kind of have a nostalgic way of looking into the older aircraft and having fun with them, but at the end of the day, the coolest ones that are out there are the best aircraft that are out there, which are the modern ones, right? So we finally got that, and of course that opens up a bridge that we needed to be crossing right now, so that we can have in the future better aircraft and a more complete top tier. With everybody receiving 4+ generations or 4.5 generations soon probably, and then eventually even maybe 5th generation jets in the far future, right? So yeah, it was a bridge that needed to be crossed, and we did cross it in this update, which is very, very good. Expect these missiles to be changed, I think, a lot during the next year or so, just like the R-27 were, the IR advanced missiles. The more time we have to play with them, the more time Gaijin has to fix them and get them a little bit more realistic, right? So that's good. And that's why we need it right now to prepare for the future of the game, right? The second prediction was the F4F ICE, and indeed we got it as well. It had to come, guys. It was kind of obvious that it had to come. Why? Because the Eurofighter and the Rafale were basically denied for a little bit right now, right? They are too advanced to come right now. So everybody can have a 4th generation that can carry these Fox 3 missiles, just like we have in the game. The F-16, the F-15, the Su-27, the MiG-29, the Gripens, Sea Harriers, AV-8B pluses, also Mirages, all sorts of aircraft could actually carry these missiles, and everybody has one. But when it comes to Germany, it's the only nation that, without the Eurofighter, it doesn't have anything that could be added unless it's the F4F ICE. And to make sense to add the Fox 3 missiles right now, the ICE needed to come right now, and it did. It did come. A lot of people are complaining that it's the worst aircraft in the game for top tier and stuff, and I tend to kind of agree. I mean, it's a very high BR F4, but it is the best 3rd generation that we have, so it has some form of coolness to it because of that, right? Not the greatest thing ever, but at least Germany got something that can fire Fox 3s. It's better to have this and still lack on performance than not have anything, right? So obviously in the future, and honestly I don't think it will take too much time, but we will see an Eurofighter coming soon, I think. Maybe even during this year. I have a feeling that in the last patch of the year we will see the 4+, 4.5 generation aircraft coming up, right? Eurofighters, Rafales, I don't know, MiG-35s, I don't know what could actually come, better versions of the F-15, maybe an Su-35, I don't know, like I honestly don't know, but I have a feeling that we are getting close to that, and when that comes, Germany will be there. It's the only nation that it's lacking a little bit on performance, but at least, I mean, the F4F should have come, and it did come, right? And the last prediction that I did, that I also got it right, but I mean, it was kind of obvious as well, the Fox 3 shooting aircraft that were already in the game, receiving upgrades. So basically what I meant about that is that there were multiple aircraft that we are just going to see new versions of it that can fire Fox 3s. That was the idea, you know, of the prediction. And that actually happened. To be honest, I don't think any nation got a completely new aircraft, right? Everybody got a new version of an older aircraft that they already used. So, of course, the F-15J MSIP, the F-15 or the F-15C MSIP2, the F-15JM and the BAS Meshpar, they're all F-15, so new versions of that. The Su-27 SM, it's literally just an upgrade internally to the original Su-27Ss that we already have in the game. The J-11A is basically the same for the J-11. The Tornado F3 late is literally the same aircraft, but with the ability to carry in the game AIM-120s, right? But it's literally the same radar and everything. The Sea Harrier, I mean, yes, that was one that is technically a new aircraft. But then the AV-8B+, it's the same as the Italian one, just a version for the US, and so on and so on. I mean, all the other nations, they basically didn't get many things, you know. Of course, France with the F-16, you know, Gripen C for the Swedish, another version of an aircraft that was even already added to the game. So the F4F ICE that I talked about. So everybody got, excluding maybe just the Sea Harrier FA2, everybody, I mean, even the Sea Harrier is just another version of a Sea Harrier that was already in the game, you know. So at the end of the day, that was what I was expecting. Basically the same aircraft that we had, but with upgrades to actually carry Fox 3 missiles. And honestly, it's fine. Why? Because again, it's preparing the soil for the 4+, 4.5 generation jets, and of course, it is the easiest way to actually add these aircraft for everybody to have something to fire Fox 3s while not having too much trouble dealing with that addition while focusing on the Fox 3s themselves, right? So as a resources kind of development resources kind of line of thinking, it makes sense that they did that, right? To focus on the Fox 3s, and the aircraft were already kind of there, so it's easy to add them. It don't need too much stuff added to it, so it makes a lot of sense, right? But these were it. These were my 3 predictions that I did in April, and the 3 of them got it right. Again, it is very, very easy to say that because there were very large hints about these 3 coming up. But again, that's what I'm trying to do. Look at the hints and try to predict what is coming, right? And of course, remember, I will be doing a prediction video for the next patch, but obviously when the patch starts to be closer, just before the devlogs or when the devlogs start to happen. And this should be like in at least 2 months or something like that. So in August, probably, we will see the first devlogs, I would think. To have the September patch or something like that, so it will take a little bit of time, okay? But anyway, this is it. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, and bye guys, see ya.